Drop number 71. This is the TORRAS Ostand Q3 Air Pro case for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, about 6 months ago, I reviewed the standard Q3 Air case mainly because I kept seeing ads for it all over social media. And to my surprise, that case actually turned out to be pretty good. It protected my iPhone, the built-in stand was useful, and overall, it lived up to a lot of the hype I was seeing online. But now, TORRAS has released the Pro version, and this one comes with a much higher price tag, a slightly different design, and what TORRAS calls the new dual air cushioning system. So in this video, we're going to look at all the biggest similarities and differences between the standard Q3 Air and the new Q3 Air Pro. But more importantly, we're going to find out if this new Pro version can actually protect my iPhone 17 Pro Max, or if that dual air cushioning feature is just a gimmick. Now let's talk about materials, fit, and finish, and start with what's new. Compared to the standard Q3 Air, the Q3 Air Pro has a much cleaner design. The backplate now has more of a solid matte finish instead of the transparent frosted look from the standard version. TORRAS also cleaned up the text on the back of the case, so the whole design looks a lot more minimal. And honestly, I like this direction. The standard Q3 Air wasn't ugly, but the Pro version feels more refined. Around the sides, TORRAS also changed the grip pattern. The standard version had these concave dot-style grips, but on the Pro version, those have been replaced with raised diagonal lines. It's still subtle, but it gives the size of the case more texture without making it feel too rugged. Now the biggest design change is this new dual air cushioning system on the top and bottom of the case. The idea behind this dual air cushioning system is pretty simple. A case shouldn't just protect the outside of your phone. It also needs to reduce how much shock gets transferred into the phone itself. Because after a drop, it's not enough for the glass to look fine. You still want the cameras to work normally, the battery to behave normally, and your cell and Wi-Fi signal to stay normal. That's the harder part of drop protection. We saw a similar idea in my recent Rhino Shield Air X review, but TORRAS seems to be taking a slimmer and more practical approach here. The dual air cushioning is mainly on the top and bottom of the case. But the most important thing is that it still covers the corners. And in most drops, that's where I want to see extra protection. There's no visible air cushioning along the sides of the case, but I don't think that's a major issue. If the corners are properly padded, they should help protect the sides of the phone during a drop. Compared to the standard Q3 Air, the cushioning layout also looks different. On the standard Q3 Air, the cushioning on the bottom looked more evenly spread across the entire bottom edge. But on the Q3 Air Pro, the cushioning looks more focused toward the corners, with less material in the middle. On the inside, TORRAS also added this soft fiber layer to help protect the back of your phone. That's a nice upgrade because it gives the interior of the case a more premium feel. It should also help reduce scratches from dust or debris that can get trapped between the phone and the case. There's also this Mount Everest-inspired design on the inside. And if you search the coordinates printed here, they actually point to the summit of Mount Everest. On the bottom, you now get lanyard holes on both sides of the case instead of just one side like the standard version. That's a small change, but it does make the case more flexible if you like using wrist straps or phone lanyards. The kickstand has also been updated. The hinge design is different now, and when you open the Pro version, the stand can bend down to a much higher angle, almost flat against the case. That should make it a lot more useful when you want to prop it up in portrait mode. In terms of fit, the Q3 Air Pro goes on easily, but once it's on the phone, it feels nice and tight. It also takes a little effort to remove, which is what I like to see with rugged cases. Because in my experience, a tighter fit usually means the case is less likely to pop off during a drop. On the front edges of the case, the Pro version also seems to use the newer design style where the corners are more elevated while the lip tapers down along the middle edges of the screen. This gives you extra protection around the corners without making swipe gestures feel too blocked along the edges. So far, I really like what TORRAS changed here. The Q3 Air Pro feels cleaner, more premium, and more intentional than the standard version. Now, drop protection is one thing, but if the buttons feel bad or the gestures get blocked, you're going to notice that every single day. Luckily, the Q3 Air Pro keeps one of the things I liked about the standard version. The buttons feel great. They all have a nice, satisfying click, and none of them feel mushy. For the ports, the Pro version uses open cutouts for the speakers, charging port, and microphone. My charging cables fit without any issues, but compared to the standard Q3 Air, the charging port opening does look a little more traditional. The standard version had more of a notched cutout, which may be better if you use larger or oddly shaped charging cable ends. And although the front lip design has changed a bit, swipe gestures feel about the same on the Pro version compared to the standard Q3 Air. Side-to-side gestures still feel comfortable, but because the top and bottom lips are more noticeable, you'll still feel the case a bit more when swiping from the top or bottom of the screen. So on paper, the Q3 Air Pro looks like a real upgrade. It has the cleaner design, it has the better interior, it has the updated stand, and it has this new dual air cushioning system. But none of that matters if it can't protect the phone. So now it's time to drop it. But before I do any kind of drop test, I do a simple white paper marker test. I mark the screen of the iPhone and let it fall face first onto a sheet of white paper. If there's marker transfer, that means the screen is making contact with the surface. I also dragged the phone across the paper to see if the screen touches during sliding contact. It's not a perfect lab test, but it gives me a quick way to see whether the front case lip is actually keeping the screen raised. The Q3 Air Pro passed this test with flying colors. I was actually a bit surprised because the front edge raised corners aren't that high. This gives me some confidence that the case will do well during the next test. With that out of the way, let's take a look at the raw drop footage. And again, this is my personal iPhone 17 Pro Max we're using here. Alright, so this is the next case for testing. Because this case is highlighting the dual shock bumper right here, I'm going to try to drop it directly down like this as many times as possible. And then we'll go into our regular drop tests. So let's just start with 10 drops like this. Alright, this is drop number 1. Next, we'll just do our standard drop testing. We're going to do 30 from above my head. We're going to do 10 from waist height, 10 from about 2 feet high off of my bed, and then 10 off of a table. That's about 4 to 5 feet. By the way, if you like seeing these real-world drop tests and want to support the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments what case you'd like to see me review next. Drop number 71. Alright guys, that's 70 total drops, 10 of which were directly on this as much as possible. Let's just check to make sure that the phone's working. See, screen works. Let's just switch to the different cameras. Cameras seem to work. I don't see any camera damage. Let's take a quick look at the outside of the case. First things first, corners. I don't see any major signs of wear. Like directly on the corner itself, I don't see any wear, but along the edges, there's like a little bit of abrasion right here. There's some more on the bottom. It's more clear here. So there is some obvious signs of abrasion. Same with this corner. But if you look at like the edges, directly on the top, where I dropped it 10 times. Other edge, the bottom, especially the back. It fell on the back several times. Overall, it's in pretty good shape. Let's look at the phone. No damage that I can see. So that's the Ostand Q3 Air Pro. So is the Torras Ostand Q3 Air Pro worth the extra cost over the standard Q3 Air? Absolutely. The standard Q3 Air currently sells for around $66, depending on the color you choose. So even the regular version is already sitting in that upper mid price range. But for about $14 more, the Pro version gives you a cleaner design, a more premium finish, an upgraded kickstand, a new soft interior lining, lanyard holds on both sides, and Torras's new dual air cushioning system. So to me, this feels like more than just a small cosmetic update. It feels like Torras took what worked on the standard Q3 Air and made it more refined. And if the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro Max keeps a similar material design while getting even more expensive, solid case protection is only going to matter more. But at the same time, I don't think most people want a case that feels overly bulky or uncomfortable to hold. And that's what makes the Q3 Air Pro interesting. It seems like Torras is trying to solve the same problem a few rugged case companies are working on right now. How do you protect the outside of the phone, reduce the risk of internal damage, and still keep the case slim enough to use every day? That's not an easy task, but after testing this case, I think Torras did a really good job balancing protection, comfort, and design. So if you're already considering the standard Q3 Air, I'd spend the extra money and get the Q3 Air Pro instead. Now, if you want to see a case that I tested on more than just manufactured hardwood floors, including wood, concrete, and asphalt, check out my D-Brand 10 case video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.